What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Alright, so this is actually going to be the last race that I do for today. This is the last circuit that I have to try out for the first time in Atlanta, and then I will have raced all the circuits in Atlanta for the first time today. This is the last one that I have to do, so yeah, I'm excited to race this circuit for the first time. And like I said, it's the last one that I have left to race in Atlanta, and then I will have tried all of them out for the first time today. It's been fun. I gotta say, I really like what I'm seeing out of Atlanta. What I have seen out of Atlanta, rather. Yeah, really some fun circuits here. So, next recording session I do of this, I'll be trying out all the circuits on Detroit for the first time. That's the last city I have left to go through. And then I will have raced every circuit in this game. And then in the future, I'll be able to have a larger variety of circuits to race for you guys. So yeah, it's been fun. Again, I'm glad that during quarantine I had time to look up the cheat codes for this game to unlock all the circuits and shit. So I'm able to do this for you guys. Again, overall, the whole quarantine thing kind of sucked. Honestly, it really didn't affect my lifestyle too much. The whole quarantine thing. The only thing is that I couldn't really make my midnight runs to Walmart like I used to in the past. For like snacks and beverages and shit. Or my late night runs to 7-Eleven or whatever after work. Like I used to. That was really the only thing that really affected me at all during this whole quarantine thing. Because again, I was still working. I still had my job. To be honest, I actually kind of miss quarantine a little bit. I know it sounds stupid, but I kind of miss it. Because again, it didn't really affect my lifestyle at all. Because again, I literally just sit around playing video games and watching anime all day. It's fantastic. My lifestyle is fucking amazing. I love it so much. And so, yeah, actually the whole quarantine thing really didn't affect me too much, at all. Okay, because I was still making about as much as I was before at my job, so no worries there. So, yeah, really, I was perfectly okay with quarantine, to be honest. I had issues with the morality of the quarantine and what it meant for us as a society. I took some ideological issues with it. But as an actual thing itself, it didn't really affect me, honestly, so I don't really care. If they want to put us back into quarantine, okay. See if I care, because I fucking don't. So, yeah. Which, honestly, they might put us back into quarantine if because our state has just now started to reopen. It's currently, at the time I'm actually recording this, it's currently June 29th, 2020, and we've just started to reopen and shit. So if the cases spike again, they're probably gonna put us back into quarantine again. Gonna move back to phase 3 or whatever, so. And again, either way, I don't really care. Again, I do have ideological issues with quarantine, but I don't have actual issues with the quarantine itself. I think some of these rules are absolutely fucking ridiculous. The rules at our restaurant, for example, are fucking retarded. Absolutely retarded. So, when you're walking around the restaurant and when we're initially taking customers to their tables, they have to be wearing face coverings. But when they actually sit down at their tables, they don't have to be wearing face coverings. Which is fucking retarded. And also, not to mention, honestly, the bartenders have not been enforcing that rule, because I've seen many of our, regulars, walking around the bar, walking around the restaurant in general without wearing face coverings. So it's you know what, if the fucking bartenders aren't going to enforce it, and the bartenders are also, managers, if they're not going to fucking enforce it, then why the fuck should I have to enforce it, So, I've been letting it slide because honestly, I don't fucking care. And I know that's an asshole thing for me to say because, you know, what if someone who's at risk, you know, catches coronavirus because I let someone walk around without a mask? Well, you know what? If someone's at high risk, it's probably best for them to be not going out to restaurants at all right now. You know? Use some fucking common sense. If you're at high risk for fucking coronavirus, you don't need to be going out to restaurants and eating food right now. Unless you don't fucking care about catching coronavirus and you just want to die. You know? People who are at risk, yeah, they should be smart about how they go about things. They should not be going out to restaurants and eating right now. But for the rest of us, like, again, the rest of us should not have to suffer because of a small percentage of the population. Just saying. You know, who are at risk, or the small percentage of the population who could potentially die from coronavirus. Granted, perfectly healthy people die from coronavirus. It happens. But you know what? At a certain point, you know, it's just fucking ridiculous. You know, so my coworkers have been enforcing, you know, some of my other host friends have been enforcing the mask rule quite a bit. Me personally, I'm so over the whole coronavirus thing that I'm just like, you know what? People want to come in here without a mask, I don't give a shit. Unless the boss is around, then I gotta enforce that rule. But if the boss ain't around, then you know what? I don't fucking care. I really just don't. And again, if you high-risk people out there are still going out to restaurants and eating, you know what? You want to take that risk, that should be on you. Otherwise, stay at home and order carry-out. Or, you know, DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. And yes, it sucks, you know, for high-risk people right now. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. You know, you don't need to be going out to restaurants and eating right now. You know, just fucking saying. And again, yeah, I know, it sucks, but it is what it is. But again, you know, if the bartenders and shit aren't going to be enforcing that, you know, if they're going to let their regular customers walk around without fucking face masks on every time they go out to take a smoke or whatever, or, you know, going to the bathroom or whatever, if they're not making them wear a fucking mask, I'm not going to make every single person who walks in the restaurant wear a mask. Besides, we have signs on the fucking door that say, you know, we will not allow entry without a face mask. And if people still don't want to wear face masks and they want to take the risk, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not their fucking mom. I'm not going to tell them, oh, you got to be wearing a face mask. You know, I'm not their mom, you know? I'm not their fucking parent. I'm not going to tell them how to live their fucking lives, you know? And again, if the bartenders ain't doing it, you know what? They get paid more than I do. So, you know what? If they're not going to enforce that rule with their regular customers, why the fuck should I have to with every random person that walks in the door? You know what? Fuck that. Alright. Yeah, this whole coronavirus thing has just been absolute motherfucking ass bullshit. Completely and utterly motherfucking ass bullshit. Just fucking hate it so much. So fucking retarded. On many, many different ideological and logical levels. It's just been absolutely fucking stupid. So, yeah, either way though, again, if we go back into quarantine, I don't give a shit, because I still have a job. So, I don't give a shit. You know, I really couldn't care less. If they want to keep us in quarantine, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't affect me that much at all. I literally could not care less. The only thing is that I'd be making a little less money on my paycheck, but not to the point where it's really going to hurt me massively. So I, again, really don't give a shit. Because it doesn't affect my lifestyle at all, because, again, I sit around playing video games all day and watching anime and shit like that, so I don't give a shit, you know? I've basically been quarantining for years, you know? I have no social life, again, so I don't fucking care. They want to keep us in quarantine for, like, literally ever. If they want to keep us in quarantine forever, I don't give a shit. You know? Again, like I said, I have some ideological issues with the lockdowns and shit. So I don't think that the government should be able to control every aspect of our day-to-day lives. I do not believe in that. However, at the same time, if the government wants to put us back into quarantine again, not going to affect me personally at all, so I personally don't fucking care. You know, at first, I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit irritated with the whole quarantine thing. You know, I'm like, I kind of miss doing my job and shit. But now that we've opened back up and stuff, I'm just like, I realized, it made me remember why I hate humans. I'm going to be honest, because we've had some dumb shit happen at work over the past 3 days since we've been open, so I'm just like, yeah, you know, if we want to go back into quarantine, I'm fine with that. You know? Like, yeah, I missed some of my coworkers who weren't working during the lockdown, but at the same time, you know, is what it is. So, again, at first I was kind of irritated with this whole lockdown thing, but, you know, with having to work during the lockdown and shit, it made me really remember why I hate humans. And why I prefer a more solitary lifestyle to begin with. It made me remember that. Like, no shit, if I could actually somehow just lock myself in my room for the rest of my life and watch anime and play video games till I die, I would literally do it. Like, granted, I would have to have a food supply and I would have to somehow have enough cash to make that happen, but yeah, if I ever won the lottery someday, I would probably literally just, like, sit in my room and make YouTube videos and play video games until I literally die. And that, to me, would be a damn good life. I know it sounds pathetic probably to some of you, but to me, that sounds damn good. It sounds exactly like the kind of quiet, peaceful life that I have asked for so long. But no, you have to go to a job. You have to be an adult. You have to, you know, go get vehicle stickers for your car. You have to go get your car emissions tested. I hate it. I hate it so much. If I could just literally build a log cabin in the woods, sit in there the rest of my life, and just play video games, you guys have no idea how fucking happy that would make me. Again, that's exactly the kind of quiet, peaceful life that I've asked for. Again, I've never asked for much out of life. I like to think that I'm a pretty humble person. I don't ask for the fanciest shit and whatnot. That's why a lot of the games I play are, you know, older games and shit. But, plus, besides the fact that they're still just fun games, and, you know, my personal philosophy on games is that just because a game is old, you know, doesn't mean that it can't be fun, or just because a game is outdated doesn't mean that it can't be fun, you know? That's always been my philosophy on games. But yeah, I mean, God, all I've ever asked for in this life is just some fucking peace and quiet, you know? I just want to live a quiet, peaceful life, you know, not cause trouble for anyone else, and try my best to be a decent human being. That's all there is to it, you know? That's all I've ever tried to do. And I've failed on that at times, you know? But we do the best we can, right? But honestly, if I could just spend the rest of my days just sitting here playing video games for you guys, you have no idea how genuinely happy that would make me. Because that would be exactly the kind of quiet, peaceful life that I've asked for so long. I would have so much fun just doing that for you guys. I wish I could not have to deal with any other bullshit. I wish for that so badly. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where I can probably make that happen, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Besides, there are advantages to, you know, having a job and working and stuff. Sometimes it gives me content to content to talk about for my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. So, yeah, that's good in its own way, I guess. But yeah, and I'm gonna have plenty of content for those coming up soon. So there's a lot of shit to talk about. So yeah, again, if they want to keep us in quarantine, though, I'm totally 100% okay with that. Except for, you know, again, on an ideological level. On a practical level, totally fine with that. On an ideological level, not so much. But again, they want to put us back into quarantine, even indefinitely. I don't even fucking care at this point. So, yeah, this is what it is. There's advantages to it, there's disadvantages. At the end of the day, it just is what it is. You make do with the cards that you're dealt. Alright. Well, either way, guys, it's been really fun to play some of these, to go through all these circuits in Atlanta for the first time. Gotta say, I really like what I'm seeing out of them. Some really nice scenery in this city. Some really fun circuits. All around some good shit, man. Some real nice shit. Alright, well, either way, guys, that is going to be it for me for today. So, as always, everyone, stay cool and rock on. This is Multi-Step, signing off.